Excellent. All right. Today is Thursday, April 4th
Trial.
at 6-ish p.m. It's about 6:09. We are here for the Community Engagement Committee. Agenda has been distributed, so let's start with a roll call.
Trial.
Ms. Brewer.
Here.
Ms. Mail.
Here.
Ms. Snyder is absent.
Correct.
Ms. Thomas.
Here.
And Mr. Thompson is absent.
Correct. Do I have a motion
Trial.
to excuse Ms. Snyder and Mr. Thompson?
Motion to excuse, I guess both? Put it together?
Yeah.
Okay, motion to excuse Ms. Snyder and Mr. Thompson.
Do I have a second? Bill? Yes.
Second.
Trial.
Bill seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Trial.
And then we have a guest. We have Shaila from, remind me your last name? Dobbs, that's right.
Trial.
You took Tim's place? I did. Okay, I'm Phyllis. I'm the.
Trial.
All right. So I invited Shaila to come because we have talked about perhaps, reducing
Trial.
some redundancy in meetings. And so having We Thrive have a section of our agenda so that we are able to support
Trial.
their efforts and, streamline processes a little bit. All right, let's go ahead and set the agenda. I'll
Trial.
go ahead and make a motion to adopt the agenda if everybody's had a chance to review it. If we have a second.
So do we put Shaila as a registered
Trial.
guest speaker on here or leave it as is?
We'll leave it as is,
Okay.
because I do have We Thrive on the agenda
Second.
further down.
Trial.
Motion to approve.
All right, second, all in favor?
I mean, you're gonna have to do it all for every single one. It's just us today.
Aye.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Trial.
Okay, no other person
Trial.
registered on the agenda to address the committee. Has everybody had a chance to review the minutes from the last meeting? Those were posted online.
Yeah, there's one
Trial.
line that seemed kind of unclear. Let me pull those up. Sorry, my computer's all squirrely now.
Trial. Trial.
Do you have one printed by chance?
I do not have one
All
printed.
right, it's working now. So
Trial.
under the We Thrive, so I don't know why that would even be under We Thrive, is that who's responsible for the soapbox derby? So this is page 2 of 3.
Okay.
Trial.
Got it.
So that I would say soapbox derby. Would you consider that under We Thrive?
I think that
Trial.
was just a general discussion point.
Okay, so I don't know if that needs to be reformatted to reflect that, but also are these just typos in that paragraph above? Let me see, about 15 residents attended. I would say each session. Lots of
Trial.
feedback received. Next step is to send out the survey, summary of data in April to be.
Trial.
I assume just a typo, presented to council. A question for the committee is, should there be, oh no, it's just kind of reads funny. Around a council.
Trial.
Apply with survey link would be helpful, that's fine, committee should give recommendation. I would probably just rework that a little bit.
Trial.
Just typos and
I think they're typos,
wording, okay,
but it is, with the typos hard, that to me is not that clear what he's trying to say.
gotcha. Okay, so we need to,
Does it make sense to you guys?
Trial.
I mean, it could just be me.
Adopt with amendments.
no, I see your
Trial.
points there. I think it's fine as they are, like, it's enough to follow.
Okay,
But we can adopt with amendments to correct the typos.
okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Trial.
Just like what should have stated, I can give some
Yeah,
feedback on how to update it. Next step is to send out the survey. Okay, summary of data in April. I guess this would be just to say
That would be
presented
the
to council.
council,
Okay.
Trial.
okay.
All right, I think I understand what he's saying after I read it again. We're good.
Cool.
All right.
Okay. Second, So you have a
Trial.
motion to adopt
Motion to adopt.
and second? All in favor, aye?
Trial.
There we go.
Trial.
You coming in here with us?
Yeah.
Make
Come
a
on
seat.
Trial.
You can
All
have a seat
right.
more back here, it doesn't matter. Yeah, come on, here.
Okay, so for, let's see, we've done that.
Trial.
That. All right, we'll go ahead and jump on into the agenda.
Trial.
Under new business, we have a couple of items. We have beautification. Some of these are carried
Trial.
over from our last discussion talking about beautification. So I know that Ashley connected with
Trial.
Miss Cheney on beautification efforts and what her
Trial.
role was going to be, what her priorities are. And right now she is purely focusing on the community
Trial.
garden and the memorial space over there. So all of the other beautification efforts
Trial.
they can start here, but we will likely partner with the rec commission as well. So I guess getting some thoughts around that. We know it like spring is here-ish. You wouldn't tell from today's
Trial.
weather, but we do need some time to get things on the
Trial.
calendar and get them planned and get resources and things like that. Is this something that we want to take on and do and recruit volunteers to help us
Trial.
with that? What are our thoughts?
And you're saying specifically for the cleanup?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think we should promote it. That was, getting feedback, at the town halls. I feel like that was a theme,
Trial.
Yeah,
cleaning up that area.
yeah.
Say what? Earth Day?
Yeah.
What's the date of that? That's April, isn't it?
Trial.
April 22nd
Is
is
that
Earth Day, I
enough
think.
time? What day of the week is that on?
Oh, let's look at the calendar.
Earth Day, 2024.
So,
Monday, April 22nd. It's a
Trial.
Monday. You think people would mind getting together Sunday, the 21st? Is that enough time? Or should we connect with Miss Cheney?
I don't think she,
Trial.
she doesn't want to plan anything beyond having to do with the garden is what my understanding is.
Trial.
Okay.
So this is purely, these are our decisions.
Misunderstood, okay.
Can I say something?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah, this is
The
totally collaborative.
Partnership with We Thrive.
Trial.
Really involving the residents. I think you and I spoke, Ron, is there someone who already has equipment to do cleanup stuff? Was it you and I that talked about that?
So, no, we haven't talked about that. So what's happened in the past is
Trial.
our service department has provided plastic bags, equipment, and I think at one point
Trial.
people were talking about gloves and tongs to pick things up like that. I don't think any of that actually exists right now. So, we probably need to make an
Trial.
investment in purchasing some of that equipment.
We do have some partners with We Thrive that I can reach out to see, because I keep sensing.
Trial.
There's another one that kind of will provide some of those items that I can reach out to. If we get a date, I think they're usually pretty.
Trial.
About providing some stuff, and just gotta have the people to do it.
Yeah.
So if we're gonna make this a partnership with We Thrive, I can definitely start getting some contacts tomorrow.
Okay.
This is something we really wanna move forward with.
Yeah.
And
Trial.
community on board, maybe have sections that you all really want to focus on within Mount Manor to
Trial.
maybe clean up first, not the entire, maybe pick a couple streets that are really nasty or blizzard, and we can go from there and then even make it bigger. Or
Yeah.
just Earth Day. We can do a good Earth Day kind of.
Trial.
community approach. Kind of our Earth Day, yeah.
That would
But
be
a quick
awesome.
turnaround, so if we want to do this, let's.
Yeah, so I think the 21st
Trial.
might be too quick.
Maybe. There won't even be another community engagement meeting between now and then.
No, so
Yeah.
my thought might
Trial.
be, so we do have, or even just to get social media stuff pushed out there and get a Facebook event going and get some discussion happening. So I do know that in May, our meeting is on the 9th
trial,
Mother's Day is that following Sunday, so I don't want to do it that same weekend. So my thought is perhaps doing it like either Saturday the 4th or Sunday the 5th.
I think that's
Trial.
a weekend. That's what we did last year. We got a triple header.
Yeah,
There was the
Trial.
yard sale, the cleanup
Tires.
weekend, and the soapbox derby were all the same weekend.
And it's a flying pig, and it's graduation, so I'm not in the city at all on that weekend. I mean, not that
Trial.
one person makes a difference, but like, everything is going on.
that's a lot going on that weekend that people are
Trial.
really committed to. So, okay, so let's scratch that weekend.
Weekend after Mother's Day then?
Yeah.
It's Mother's Day, the 12th.
The 12th, yeah.
trial,
I mean, we could always do. We could
Trial.
always set like multiple.
What's wrong with the 18th? No, what did you say is wrong with the 18th?
trial,
Nothing.
Oh. No, it might be a good day.
Yeah, just do the 18th and have that be our big day.
That's specifically for the cleanup.
Yeah.
Because the other thing that we can do is get
Trial.
a dumpster on our Rumpke contract to put on the park for people to dump stuff.
Yeah.
And then, I think through Keep Cincinnati Beautiful last year, we got a Rumpke dumpster
Trial.
for tires. And I've seen a couple people reach out recently looking to get rid of tires.
trial,
Okay. Well, let me ask this. So the other sub bullet under here is a buy nothing swap. And that was kind of what I had
Trial.
in mind with the dumpsters as well, is that it could be like it could be a whole thing,
Trial.
right? So the buy nothing swap is coming from, I know that the city of Norwood just recently did one. We have our buy nothing
Trial.
page here, right? Where it is trying to keep things from going to the landfill. And I know I use it pretty frequently. But it's something that like we would potentially use the community hall. We set up
Trial.
tables. We have volunteers that are like monitoring things. People come and bring their stuff. They come and then shop for other things. So it's basically a
Trial.
yard sale just without the money, which is a hassle for like I usually forget that part of my yard sales anyway. And so that's all kind of
Trial.
under this beautification thing. Like as people are doing spring cleaning and want to get rid of things, if they wanted to just bring it to like a community yard sale, and then we work on the
trial,
understanding. So the way Norwood did it is we could coordinate with either the recycle
Trial.
club in Cincinnati. Like my thought was maybe having a volunteer come up to see if there's stuff before it's purged.
trial,
And then having like St. Vincent de Paul come and do like a big pickup as well, and then donate whatever is not
trial,
taken.
I
Any-
like that idea. Somebody will come and take it, because, one person's junk is another person's treasure,
Yeah,
and,
trial,
I like that idea. So you're not worried just throwing it in a dumpster unless it's like really,
yeah, and you're gonna have elements
Trial.
that people are gonna think like, oh, this will be really useful, and it's like, no, this actually should have gone in the dumpster. But
trial,
but I think having the recycle hub come in and have an expert here to be able to take that kind of
Trial.
would be cool. So thinking of all of that stuff, we've got like the streets and trash pickup there. And then we have this of like, as you were spring cleaning your houses, here is stuff that might, maybe that takes the place of doing a
Trial.
spring, like yard sale week, or something along those lines.
trial,
What are our thoughts about, do we want to try to do it around
Trial.
the same space? We're kind of end up calling on like the same volunteers, so I don't want to burn people
Trial.
out.
Do you guys have a pretty lengthy list of volunteers? Is it just the same? like,
Trial.
short list of people?
Short list.
It's the same short list of people right now.
How did you raise to engage?
Yeah.
maybe
Trial.
Yeah. Yes, that would be awesome. And like, we don't even have to do the buy nothing swap like now. It could be something that we're doing.
I mean, I like how,
Later.
like, usually around spring cleanup, they get the dumpsters.
Mhm.
That's been,
trial,
feel like popular for a few years now. The tires has only been 1 or 2 years, but I think we should continue that. Historically, we've done the
trial,
yard sales, right? I don't know if those are that popular, though. I feel like it's more popular for the people who want to sell, but not the people who want to buy. Like, I don't know what the traffic's been looking like.
It's not great.
Yeah.
Like, I've
Trial.
participated twice now. Like, we had a good year last year, but
Yeah.
even as like my wife and I were talking about it, it was
trial,
like I think we only had good luck last year because we had some bigger items
Okay.
that were easier sales.
So,
But
but you think a buy nothing swap might be
trial,
more popular than a yard sale?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so because you're telling people to come to one
Okay.
location.
Okay. Oh, as
Um,
opposed to a
Shop.
bunch of.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
okay.
right.
so like we all do it in the
Now.
community hall. We pick a Saturday.
Yeah.
And it's
Trial.
all
Not
set
driven
tables.
up and down streets looking for.
Okay,
looking for
I
a
missed
buy
that.
nothing.
Yeah.
I'm down with
I
that.
can't do a buy nothing. So what would be the difference between a buy nothing swap and a yard sale at the same?
Trial.
Stuff is free and some stuff isn't?
It's in one location, so you're not driving up and down the streets looking for.
But I mean, a yard, like, what's the role?
Like-
You can bring all your stuff to
Oh,
in
yeah.
the same spot too.
How do we divide the money? How do
Yeah.
we get are people banning their own
Yeah,
tables?
right.
And this is true.
Trial.
Like no money is exchanging hands.
I got you. I
And
see
so
what
then
you
that way we're
Essentially,
just
They were kind of donating the stuff here.
Yeah.
And then
Trial.
People just come pick it up.
distributing it,
Yeah.
and then we would be redonating it. But I
Okay.
would maybe put a limit on what,
Oh yeah.
a box or two.
Yeah.
So people bring.
Somebody bring a refrigerator
Yeah.
or a
Now it all-
stove.
now
Yeah.
when you said-
Trial.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Do not carry it,
So
you
it
don't
is
bring it.
part.
Cause I've never heard
This
of
would
this
be
buy
a
nothing
limited
swap
one,
thing.
No, it would be like in the
Trial.
hall here. Like we would just set up tables and have the doors open. And people come and we just have the tables set up in long rows.
trial,
Put their stuff out. And we'd have it categorized, like I think she had said that they had they
trial,
had adult clothing, they had kid clothing. Yeah, they had tables with categories. They had she was pretty
Trial.
clear in the Facebook event, do not bring, if you cannot carry it, do not bring it. No furniture is gonna be left here. She said they were done cleaning up in a half an hour with the group of people that they had. And
trial,
that was with putting it all in the trunks of cars and delivering it to different places. So for us, it might end up being that
Trial.
we do truly want, like a St. Vincent de Paul or another organization to do a pickup from here.
trial,
And the community hall, we'll have to make sure that we're scheduling it for a few days so the stuff can sit there packed up, but it would be taking up space until it can be picked up by Goodwill or whoever.
The other nice thing is the proximity
Trial.
to this driveway to the hall too. We have the white tables that we can expand out to the driveway.
Oh, yeah.
If we want to.
Yeah.
And people can pull in.
Yep.
For pick up and
Trial.
drop off.
And it's very similar, I know Amberley is doing their, what is it, one stop drop or
Trial.
something
It's
like
on the
that.
25th.
Yeah, or the 28th, where they have Cohen for electronics and they have Goodwill for
trial,
other items and then paper shredding. That's always a good one too. Do you have any resources
Trial.
with paper with document shredders?
Always find out.
Okay. I think that would be a cool one to do with
trial,
because I know I can always use that. Okay. So
trial,
we can pick so if we do the 18th for a cleanup day,
Trial.
right?
The 18th for cleanup day.
Yeah.
Okay.
trial,
We'll work on getting it out, putting an event together, getting a graphic up on our
Which I
websites and
I'm
stuff.
sorry, May 18th.
May 18th, yep. And do.
trial,
What hours would we want to do? Do a coffee and donut kickoff at 10 a.m.?
trial,
Oh, early.
That's not really.
On a Saturday?
Now, if you said 7 a.m., but 10 o'clock,
10 a.m. on a
the day
Saturday?
gonna be gone.
Man.
If we do 10 to 2,
I'll come in the
Trial.
morning, you come in the afternoon.
Yeah, I'll be here too.
and then we can talk in the
trial,
next CE meeting or, have a shared document or something that we're contributing to. But talking about what streets we want to focus on.
trial,
I know the side streets, the horizontal, Chuck Harmon, Bremont.
Trial.
Cooper,
It's always the side streets, because no face of the houses are there, so they just throw them. They used to
Yeah.
come in my bushes all the time, because, you know, I have a wall with the bushes, and I come out and be all kind of crap in the
trial,
bushes, but, you know, I keep it cleaned up. You're right, it's a lot of the side streets.
Yeah, those are the ones that, at least like walking the dogs, that I'm most concerned
Green
about.
Mile,
Yeah. Yeah, and then I think we can perhaps, over
trial,
the course of the summer, maybe we're doing more like neighborhood block party cleanup,
trial,
you know, kind of stuff.
That'd be actually kind of fun, a neighborhood black and white just gets thrown.
Yeah,
trial,
like we do a cleanup day, like we go around the neighborhoods, we do a cleanup day for like these sections of the neighborhood.
Trial.
And then we do a party at the end of it.
Didn't think about that.
Yeah. we can come
Trial.
back to- Like, well, let's pull some data, like maps and stuff, if we wanted to kind of sketch that out, but we can do that in our next meeting. Help me remember that.
trial,
But now that I have a better understanding what a buy nothing swap is, I'm in support of that. And maybe use that in replacement of the community yard
Trial.
sale. But I think the big dumpster and the tires is still good.
Okay.
We should do that, and whatever week we do that, in that week with the buy nothing swap.
trial,
Oh, I like that. Okay.
Because I think it's just like a little spring cleanup week. That's always, the 3 is always, I'm gonna say always.
Trial.
Have recently coincided, right, Ron?
I'm sorry, say that again.
The dumpster for trash
Trial.
and the dumpsters for tires, in the last couple of years we've done it, have all coincided with the community yard sale.
Correct.
So instead of the community yard sale,
Trial.
let's try this approach, the buy nothing swap. So we'll put those 3 of those kind of the same week.
Okay.
And it may or may not
Trial.
coincide with the cleanup.
So last year with the tire pickup, or with the tires, we actually offered the service to let people put their tires out at their curb. The service department picked them up.
Mhm.
trial,
So normally we don't do that.
Yeah. Is that something we'd still offer to do this year?
I think that worked out well last year.
Good, okay.
So,
I know there's a couple of
Because
tires.
Trial.
that hang on and some will be
so
mine.
the dumpsters need to be behind the fence, or we'll get just like random, everybody from all over Cincinnati will dump stuff in our park.
Okay,
So
trial,
what that does is it takes care of the need to have somebody down here to
Okay.
monitor the dumpsters.
Okay, cool.
but we'll think about the
Trial.
day still, because if that's gonna be like, we need volunteers for that, as
Mhm.
opposed to the other one, it's, the other options are, you know,
Yeah.
we don't need people.
Trial.
to get stuff work other than maybe a swap, but I think people be eager to get rid of some of their things.
Yeah, because I could see us
Trial.
doing like, perhaps doing, I don't know. Yeah, because if we're doing the cleanup day on the 18th, if we're trying to kind of tie it all together,
Trial.
that following weekend ends up being Memorial Day weekend.
trial,
That's good.
Yeah,
What if you did the swap on the 11th? I know that's Mother's Day weekend, but if you think about it, people are gonna be cleaning like crazy for Mother's Day, potentially.
yeah,
So that could be like, hey, you're
Trial.
gonna be cleaning, maybe make it more of an afternoon thing so people can kind of get up, get clean and get their stuff
Trial.
organized, packed up and then drop it off. Everyone's kind of shop in the afternoon. Mother's Day's the next day, they've already cleaned up.
yeah.
trial,
Okay. And maybe we
People
could,
travel on Mother's Day though?
I don't
Because
know.
I'm not gonna be cleaning up anything. on
Trial.
Mother's Day.
Well, it would be the Saturday before Mother's Day is when we would have the swap, right?
You mean
What you're
11th?
proposing?
Yeah.
yeah.
The Saturday and then Mother's Day.
That's what you're
Trial.
proposing, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, so if we do the swap at like, do like a
Maybe like a noon
noon to 4.
yeah.
That's
Okay.
better time.
Trial.
Yeah, see, that's not early.
And then what if we also did like a weeknight one too, like that was after Mother's Day?
Yeah, I mean, like-
Trial.
Like do a Saturday, Wednesday, something?
Yeah, do like a Saturday, Wednesday, and we're offering 2 times. And then at Wednesday, we box stuff up, and that might actually help us with getting, Somebody to come pick up.
Probably pre-schedule for that Wednesday.
trial,
Maybe.
Or even like
Get someone to be here kind of longer hours.
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Or they might have to pick up on Thursday, depending on how long we keep it open.
yeah, because if we do like an evening,
Yeah,
like
they're not
people
gonna
can come by after work.
trial,
Okay,
I started calling a couple of people, like people working cooperatively, and I know the Veterans Administration picks up
Trial.
things. It's a lot of companies that will pick up things.
Yeah, give me any and all of those names.
Trial.
Look into it. And it might be that we divide and conquer. So like, now that we have the dates, I'll put a flyer together so that we can like,
Trial.
Phyllis, if you have contacts at,
Yeah, I can call them
Right.
directly.
yeah,
I
that'd be
can tell
perfect.
you the two I'm gonna call. We can
Okay,
pick
cool.
up. So what did we get of May the 11th?
So we're gonna do the 11th from 12 to 4.
Okay.
And that's for the swap.
Trial.
And
And
then
then
when do we want them to pick it up?
We would have them pick up on Thursday, the 16th.
And what's the time? I mean, what time?
Trial.
We're all day waiting on her. We get to say it's out in the parking lot.
Well, if they can give us like a window, like if they want to come between 10 and noon that day.
I'll see.
Trial.
They'll say, just put it out at 7 at night and we'll pick it up.
Yeah.
But I'll ask, okay.
Okay, so we'll do 12 to 4 on the 11th. And then if
Trial.
we do an evening on the 15th, we can do from like,
7, 5 to 8, something like that. 4 to 8.
Trial.
4 to 7.
Who's gonna be here, man?
So does that mean the hall's gonna be tied up
Yeah.
from the 11th to the 15th?
Trial.
What do we have scheduled during that time?
I have to check with the police department, see if they have anything scheduled in there. I don't
Okay.
think there's anything else.
Okay. If
And
we
the
can,
cooking classes may still be going on.
Trial.
The last day.
4 more weeks. Oh, yeah. I had it.
Trial.
Yeah, if we do that whole week, and that's the dumpster week too, and then wrap it up on the 18th with the cleaning. It'll be like a marathon of spring.
Trial.
yeah,
Yes, still on the 14th.
Yeah,
Was on the 14th.
the cooking classes
The
still
cooking class will still be going on.
okay.
Not that they need the whole space. I mean,
Yeah.
they just need a table like this,
Trial.
but you still need some space. I think it's 13 people registered for the class.
That's about it now. I have a couple people.
I bet. Look at that story
Everyone's kind
yesterday.
of deterred.
Yeah.
If we push tables to like the
Trial.
side of the room or the back of the room and just cover it with something,
Yeah, I
like,
don't think it'll matter. They just need this part for the cooking and this
Okay.
part for the participants.
okay.
Is it Fred again?
Trial.
No, no, it's Chef Pat.
Chef Pat?
Her name is Chef Pat.
All right, well, I think
Trial.
we've got a lot covered for our first bullet point. So we're gonna, in the interest of time, kind of speed through the rest of them, but everybody feel good about
Trial.
beautification efforts for spring cleaning and everything.
Partnership.
Speaking of We Thrive Partnership, the next
Trial.
item on the agenda is the We Thrive Day on April 16th. We have, because of the storms
Trial.
earlier this week, the We Thrive meeting got pushed to next Tuesday. So at 5 o'clock, we will do a group photo as well as have the meeting.
Trial.
Will that be like the last meeting before we combine, or is that on the agenda to like make that final decision?
I've got to take it to them, make sure they're on board.
Okay, cool.
The last meeting.
Trial.
When, so I don't see it being an issue, but
Okay.
it would probably be the last one, and we might have to do some stuff meetings, but.
Yeah.
We'll discuss that at the meeting.
Okay.
But
Trial.
yeah, I'll have the flag, I'll bring the big We Thrive flag, and we can wear our shirts and stand under it, and then I'll just take it on my phone.
Trial.
And post it to our social media, We Thrive, Conscious Thrive, Facebook, Instagram. I think they still do Twitter.
Trial.
I'll Send it to you, you can share, everybody in my family can share. We're just trying to put some good out there that we're doing.
Trial.
Thriving. It's our 15-year celebration.
Wow.
So this is our-
Trial.
Awesome.
When is the 15th year anniversary?
I don't have the date for that, but We Thrive Day.
Trial.
It's probably on We Thrive Day, that's probably what it is.
Oh, it's gonna be on the, it's
Yeah.
gonna be on that.
Yeah, it's 15 years thriving. I think We Thrive Day is our anniversary.
So are they giving out free things, or are they giving out anything to make it a big day, or they're just, it's just
So-
going, this
Trial.
is gonna happen?
It's happening, my communities, a lot of them are eating shirts, I will be pressure for you.
I know, thank you.
So,
And then the pictures at 5.
Trial.
yeah, I got it at our meeting, so we'll take a quick picture, and have our regular meeting. So I'm trying to get, we have some stuff, so I'm trying to get some shirts.
Trial.
What I can, but we're limited, we don't really have grant funding for We Thrive, so it's out of our general funds.
I think we have some stuff in there, like fans and water, but not a lot of
Yeah,
stuff.
I might see, I think we have some sunglasses.
Trial.
We'll bring some sunglasses, we can take a cheap sunglasses.
Right.
Trial.
Love it. Perfect. Anything else from the We Thrive space
Trial.
for us to know?
Anything We Thrive, or
Yes.
so logistics, sorry.
I'll just mention it next week when I come.
Have some assessments
Trial.
coming up, for We Thrive, meaning in Gulf Manor, we do an admin side and a resident side. So my admin side would be speaking with you, setting down, and that's kind of
Trial.
how we turn our pathways that we would focus on chronic disease, environmental,
Trial.
which we're kind of doing environmental already. So it's mostly just where with this Gulf Manor we
Trial.
focus in our community. We're already doing injury prevention with Matter of Balance. We're doing chronic disease with the cooking class. So we already have these wonderful things going on, so we just need to kind of get an assessment. see
Trial.
what we're doing. We want to do what we've been doing and compare it to the last assessment. It's been a little while since Gulf Manor's done an assessment. I think it was 21 or 22. So I'll just do the assessment with Charlotte and then with Gwen and Pat and whatever.
Trial.
other residents want to do it. They're navigators, so they would definitely be the ones I'll go to for the resident side. And then I'll compare it. We'll kind of have some recommendations. My recommendations have kind of already been shared since I'm in the PCS.
Trial.
The cleanup day, keeping classes going, starting a Tai Chi class.
Trial.
In the middle of the day.
Yeah.
There's other pathways if you want to explore other pathways. It's just kind of what you guys want to do, what your capacity is, and everyone else is. I'm stretched thin, everybody's stretched thin. The residents are stretched thin.
Trial.
How can we amplify without adding? And that's kind of our assessments will help us kind of determine what
Trial.
you do. And it's not just gonna be like, I think you should do this. I think this would be great here. But what do you guys actually want to do? So we can set up a date later and anytime in May. But we have a lot of stuff in the weekend.
Trial.
These days, I'm good with, and after we get Pat and Gwen trained, so then I'll be in a position, I'll sit down from the other side, and after we get both parts, I'll get some recommendations, and we'll
Trial.
do an action plan is just kind of actionable steps. So we had this idea, this is how we're gonna meet this idea.
Trial.
Guess what, we get to check off boxes, that's always my favorite part. So
Yes.
We're doing these things, and perfect, and good to see it, we did that.
Also, I think Gulf Manor is a food desert. So
Trial.
I need to see something. And Ron, I think I think 513 came before. I was just at this and they were like, we came to Gulf Manor. I was like, when? But I don't know.
They've been here twice.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I would have.
Trial.
I just happened upon it over at this other place on Red Bank Road. It was amazing. And so I said, can I get your card? Because I'm on this committee. And they're like, oh, we've been there. So was it successful? Because I think that's something
Trial.
they can tie into We Thrive, the 513 bus, and also maybe bringing like the food market or fruit market or something out. Because I think this is a desert. Like I would not eat food
Trial.
around here, not from Save a Lot or when
We're gonna do
Kroger's
Taco
was there.
Bell.
And
Trial.
McDonald's.
I know.
And the chicken plate. No, I wouldn't eat any of that food. And I don't say that
Trial.
but a lot of people are stuck because they don't have cars or I think this area is a food desert.
Trial.
And if you don't have a car to get to Hunt Road or Hyde Park or wherever you shop at, I think we need to be looking at bringing healthy food to people that don't have access to a vehicle.
And we do have a Tony Staub.
Trial.
Yes. From Resource, he will be coming to the big council meeting to talk about, he specializes kind of in food waste repurposing what can be repurposed. For instance,
Trial.
Last Friday, they had the Heart of Hamilton event where they do give away free food, and it's food that can't be sold because it looks funny or it's like right there next to the
Trial.
expiration date. People wouldn't really buy
Where
it.
was that held at?
It was at Fairgrounds. They do it every last Friday, isn't that? If it's
Trial.
on that, I need to ask if it's last Friday or third to last Friday.
Oh, okay.
But they have like some vendors set up. I was there promoting
Trial.
stuff, not promoting tobacco. Promoting some quitting tobacco. So they just have like a line of vendors and then they
Actually
have.
took that class. That would be a good class. A lot of people may come, so I'm certified to do that.
Trial.
The tobacco, not smoking, but, but it's funny, people will come and they'll get the free money or whatever. It's like they're still pumping
That's
money.
Yeah.
Vaping is what's popular
Yes,
now.
it
Yeah.
is. And people don't realize that.
Trial.
Vapes are nicotine, which is tobacco. It's actually tobacco, not like a nicotine derivative. So that's my other piece of. I can talk about sensational things.
That's a potential class.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that could be.
Trial.
I like that one too, yeah. Okay, cool, so, I think we had talked about the 513 bus, having them come back out again. We talked about that last month, and I think it's come up a couple of times now.
Trial.
And so has,
So we'll reach
I
out.
would have been there getting everything.
Yeah, and a food market, yeah. So Tony Staubach is gonna come out for our May council meeting, because that was something the council wanted to all hear from.
Trial.
I think we originally had him on the 15th, or we had him for our April meeting, but he has to reschedule until May, so.
This is more food distribution rather than farmers markets.
Mhm.
It takes a lot.
Trial.
To set up a farmer's market.
That's
You need
what
a
we're
lot of
learning.
permits.
Yeah.
So his would be more distribution, so it's gonna be free.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of them in churches, a lot
Yeah.
of churches.
Oh, yes.
Trial.
And we have the
What, farmers
CAA
markets?
that,
Distribution.
Oh, distribution.
that also
No,
have a
at food
market.
markets, I've seen them
Oh, yeah,
I've seen them in
Okay.
churches, so I
Yeah.
think churches do organize and they probably
Yeah.
have them coming on a regular basis.
They might not have it as. many
Trial.
as like municipalities do, because you gotta get a lot of permits from the city.
That's what
and
Ron said, it's
It's
a challenge
it
to
can
get it.
be nightmarish if you don't know how to navigate. Tony tries to steer people away from that. Like, for instance, when I have another.
Trial.
friend in Wyoming,
Mhm.
they, wanted to do food market, but they're gonna do a mini summer vendor series.
Trial.
Vendors are coming in and selling different things, so it's a smaller scale, but still manageable with less permits. but-
Are they able to like have vendors sell food?
Trial.
Yes.
So like if I had like a garden, I can bring my fruits?
We want fresh, we don't want
I'll try to
McDonald's.
get that.
We don't-
Charlotte and I also met a vendor at a Women's Day event.
Trial.
What did she, it was a mobile wagon,
Yeah,
which is like a food distribution thing that you can order online. And I wanted to look into it because I forgot, I'm not sure if you can use like SNAP benefits on it as well.
Yeah,
But
that
a
would be-
Finley Market.
They do produce.
Trial.
Yes, that'll be a good
Use SNAP
expansion there.
benefits, and they'll also deliver food, fresh produce. And then the other thing that we found, which I forgot what it's called, again, it's 500 compost, I think.
yeah,
And there is no compost
Trial.
location around us. So I talked to the individual about using Goff Manor as a drop-off for compost. So that,
Trial.
the environmental and about food waste, you could compost if you wanted to participate in that. And all we need is
Trial.
like a 40-gallon, they would give it to us, but we need space for a 40-gallon garbage can, basically.
Okay. I was gonna say, compost bins, on sale at Aldi's for like $39. I was like, I have one, but I was like, that's a great deal.
yeah.
Trial.
So this would you just be like, collect it yourself and then
Store it over in like a.
well, you get a code and you like, it's got the garbage can's got a lock on it, you know the code, you unlock it.
Trial.
It's, fee for service, but the fee is like income dependent, so it could be as low as $5, as high as $25 a month.
Let's talk about that and how we can potentially fold that into what.
Trial.
Cleanup day on the 18th. Like if we end up doing like a lunch or something afterwards.
Trial.
and have a couple of tables with resources. We'll choose some more on that for sure. Okay, I'm gonna keep us moving here.
Trial.
Youth council, we will table that for this week and we'll come back to it next week. Soapbox Derby is on May 5th.
Trial.
So we will get that posted on the website. We'll get it posted to social media, get all the details out there for those that
Trial.
want to attend. Perhaps perhaps have some food options, that kind of thing.
So are you here for the youth council? No. Are you just
No,
visiting?
he's on Recreation Commission, so.
Oh, well, welcome. What's your?
Trial.
We'll do introductions and rec commission here in a few
Yes, I
minutes.
go. He's so shy.
All right, so soapbox derby, we check. Moving on to old business, this is where we'll move a little bit more quickly. So strategic plan
Trial.
feedback, that is one of the handouts that I had at the table here. What you have is 4 pages on all of, which is a summarization of all of the comments that were given. I will present this to
Trial.
council on the 15th, just as an update of the things that people are literally asking us for. This has no reason, rhyme, organization other than these were the headings in
Trial.
which the Post-it notes were placed. And so, still some work to do to find some themes in the data, figure out where it needs to live.
Trial.
But this is just the summary of our first step of gathering community feedback. Next steps will be the survey that we have talked about. I think we have all the behind the scenes technology stuff set up, like the email address and things like
Trial.
that. So I will get that survey out here in the next few days. And then also we have a dedicated webpage now within our website for it. So we'll make a post on our
Trial.
social media so that people can click to that. But it'll just be our regular Golf Manor ohio.gov/strategic-plan. And there will be a bunch of notes and
Trial.
there as well as a link to the survey to be able to provide feedback to. Let's see, social media. We've got
Trial.
some new posts on there. We were able to post very quickly about the classes being canceled, as well as the solar eclipse viewing that's going to take place at the park on Monday.
Trial.
We might actually-
3:05 or something.
It's going to start at 2, and we're going to make pinhole boxes. I believe we also have some glasses on
Trial.
order, and coming as well. So we have a couple of different options. No, you did not order them. That is a new development. But yeah, we will.
It's
we'll be at the
online.
park.
Trial.
He's paying for these.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you,
we-
Ron.
Sure. Just
Yeah,
don't burn your eyes out.
exactly.
Trial.
Yeah, so that's where we will be posting more of these events as they're coming up so that we can
Trial.
reach as many people as possible.
You've been doing really good about that. I'll say it to you privately, but I say it publicly with all the social, your cute little designs and sharing all this. You grab some attention in regular.
I'm getting the most out of my Canva Pro
Trial.
subscription.
Okay. Yeah.
But thank you, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
That stuff is like,
We're getting some presence influencer.
I know, thank you. Yeah, so follow along. Thank you for sharing it as you come across it. Like,
Trial.
that's the best way that we can get stuff out there. And just let people know what's going on around here because we're all working hard to make it happen.
Trial.
Newsletter schedule, speaking of, that was the other handout that was at the table there. So
Trial.
Where's my copy? For the newsletter, kind of working backwards, it looks like we will be able to reasonably achieve
Trial.
3 issues this year, one going out the 1st of June so that we can highlight our Juneteenth celebration. And then also
Trial.
going out in September, kind of a recap of the summer and also looking ahead to fall events. And then having one go out that first week of December to highlight, the holidays and what we're working on
Trial.
for the first part of the year. And then just working backwards from, that date, that desired publication date. I do think based off of Ron, your conversation earlier today
Trial.
about getting stuff to the printer, I think I had budgeted about 2 weeks for them to print. And it sounds like I need to budget more time than that.
What did we say our drop dead date was on that? Was it May?
Trial.
10th?
I think you said May 10th. So if I had moved backwards by 14 days, that puts me at 5/18 to get it to the printer. So I need to adjust my time frame.
Trial.
But I will be sending out an email to council for any content, any articles, and having the We Thrive navigators that would be awesome to be able to highlight them in the newsletter.
trial,
How many are you sending out?
We will be sending out to all of our residences.
trial,
It's what, 1,600?
About that, and
Yeah, about 1,600 homes.
Are we mailing them or are we still relying on people to handle them?
We are looking at pricing to
Trial.
be able to mail them out, and we are hoping that we can do that with marketing funds from the Juneteenth grant, since Juneteenth will be taking up a large portion of that first newsletter. As well as honoring our like
Trial.
Black-owned nonprofits and businesses and doing spotlights and stuff like that. So, any questions on the newsletter? This
trial,
schedule will very likely change as we actually work through this process. And so I'll keep y'all updated with reminders and try to get a more finalized schedule out to everybody.
trial,
So quick question, Ryan, you may know, have we ever used sponsors, like, Bravo companies that are here and say, we'll highlight you in our newsletter? If you give us a nominal fee,
Trial.
and then that way we can send it out and we don't have to use our money.
we've never charged, in the old version of the newsletter that was done prior to 20.
trial,
Maybe, they used to have a 2-page spread called Marketplace that listed all of the businesses,
Trial.
but there was never a charge for it. It was viewed as
So we
a,
just approach them and
service
say,
of the-
hey, we want to put you on our newsletter, but, would you like to join?
so
I'll
one
go
of the
talk to them.
things the recreation
Trial.
committee or whomever could do is solicit by letter to our businesses for donations. What has been done in the past with the recreation is people could sponsor the whole season or specific events.
Trial.
Which really became kind of cumbersome because you had to always figure out what events people were needing to be
Trial.
advertised for. I think I would not do looking for the newsletter and events. And whatever I would do once instead of going back to people constantly for money.
trial,
I think the key to this is whatever we get from that grant from Hamilton County. Last year, they did not
Trial.
fund us, so.
Yeah.
they're-
And we should find out about that grant literally in the next week.
trial,
latest. So, yeah, I do think that's an opportunity for if
Trial.
we are putting it into the rec fund or if we are stating specifically, because for the rec fund, I think there's going to be
Trial.
multiple opportunities for us to be able to make some money to put into the rec fund. Like we talked about last time, like doing the
trial,
pouring beer at Oktoberfest and splitting the tips. And we, like the circus, they have, if they have a need
Trial.
for people to serve drinks at an event or something, that we can do work that it goes into the rec fund. But I do think that perhaps if we are doing, that if we're able to get, sell ad space.
trial,
And I think the thing for me is, they're in our community, they need to understand they're a part of our community. So to be a part of if they feel like they're an outsider, then they don't care how their property looks. They don't care what kind of elements they're bringing
Trial.
to this area.
Mhm.
So if we can make them feel like a part of the Golf Manor family, then I think that, they will be more willing to give $100. I mean, they can write it off on their taxes.
Sure.
Then we're gonna put you on our newsletter to,
trial,
to let people know that you're here, whether it's printing, and we want you to know you're a part of our family. Because they need to be cleaning up their own spaces.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just an idea. I think we need to, even the hairdresser at the top of the hill. They
trial,
need to understand they're a part of Golf Manor community. You also own a business here. We live here, we care about our property, and you need to be caring about the property that you rent or own or whatever it is you're doing with it.
trial,
Okay. Yeah, I definitely think, I think as long as we are being mindful that we are not going to the same limited well of
No, just
businesses.
once a year,
Trial.
once they pay for it, it's nothing but a print now. You've got them in there
Yeah,
for once a year.
Yeah.
It's one time. You can put them in there 3 times because it's just a newsletter.
Yeah.
So it's already in there. You don't have to double print it. You're not going back 3 or 4 times.
trial,
Every time you do the newsletter, which you're seeing 3 times a year, you just put it in there. This place, this place, this place.
Mhm.
That could be what, $5. You know what I'm saying.
Trial.
I'm just saying,
yeah,
we're not going to keep going back to them. we're gonna say, we will, you're part of our family. We wanna know, would you like to come into our newsletter? I
Right.
don't, people aren't afraid to
Right.
ask.
I think, so
Are we saying two
Trial.
different things, or?
we might be saying two different things. So my point was that I want to make sure that if we are going to the same small well of businesses, that is our ask. We are asking for $1 amount, and that
Trial.
is primarily used for the newsletter. Or is there
Trial.
another component of, we would also be asking them for money to support X, Y, and Z? Or if we are saying, okay, this year, the ask is for X amount of dollars while we are getting the rec fund built up more
Trial.
through these other opportunities, that the money that we would get from, from corporate sponsorships is going
Trial.
primarily to be able to mail out the newsletter.
Yes,
And then
I-
we continue to evaluate.
You were talking about two different things. I'm talking about bid or paying for advertisement. You pay for advertisement. We just want to know, do you want to be in our advertisement? You're part of Golf Manor family. We're not asking you
Trial.
to support a sports team. Those are two different things, I think.
Yeah,
I don't think they're the same thing.
okay.
I think
Trial.
you said, hey, I'm gonna start a baseball team and I want you to sponsor this team. Can you get the bats and the gloves and can you get the
Trial.
shoes and I think it's very different. I think those are two different things.
Okay. Yeah, I'm following you now. I think as we are doing, like right now, the immediate need is funding for sending out a newsletter.
Trial.
And as the rec commission gets up and going, what I'm then hearing is that once we get
Trial.
more of an understanding of the types of things that they want to accomplish, which will literally be happening in a few more minutes, hopefully, we'll kind of know what those additional asks of our businesses are going to be. I'm
Trial.
Are we kind of
I'm-
meeting somewhere there?
I mean,
Yeah.
I'll be happy to knock on her door and say, hey, would you like to be in our newsletter?
Yeah, okay.
That is just a question. They can say no. They don't
Sure.
have to go into our newsletter. But we're not
Trial.
begging for money to sponsor us. Those are two different things.
Gotcha.
Asking if you want us to advertise you in our newsletter so people know you're here,
Mhm.
as opposed to give us some money because we're gonna do a baseball
Trial.
team.
Yeah,
I see those as two different
okay,
things.
gotcha. Nope, I'm following. Okay. All right, let's finish out this agenda real quick. Juneteenth, I think
Trial.
we're in a good spot now. Anything new to report on?
Well, we've done some things. We're making, why do you look like that? We're
No,
doing
because I
good.
was gonna say, when do you need to start getting the money? Because I've talked to a couple of people and I don't know
Trial.
when the money starts going into
Yeah,
the.
we're still waiting on that at this point. We're in a waiting, like a holding pattern.
Trial.
So no money yet.
No
Don't
money yet.
give, I mean, don't give any money or you can give money now.
I am unable to receive online payments.
Okay, all
correct,
right.
at this
More to
point.
come.
So,
Trial.
Eric has basically reached out to a vendor. We have a potential solution. That vendor has yet to reach back out to him, and I can tell he's a little frustrated because he's contacted him quite a few times. He's gonna take a little bit more time to see if he can get that resolved. If not, it might just boil down to
Trial.
somebody just having a cash app like we did last time and having people just send the
So we're
cash
still
app.
waiting on
I'd
that.
rather not do it that way. I want to look all buttoned up.
Because I have, money, I told them 25, so I'm trying to
Trial.
collect it. But I don't know who to
Honestly,
give the money to,
Right.
and, the entities that.
I mean, if you want to collect it and I can send the registration, like if you want to
For the
put
people
your
I know,
hands
yeah.
in
Trial.
money, you can do, or you
I
can
don't
just
mind,
have
these are
them
people
wait.
I know, not
Right.
like.
But there's no rush, like, there's not like their spots are gonna be
Trial.
taken up or anything like that. I mean, unless you're more worried about them not coming.
No, I did
Trial.
that game last year and they were, I
Okay,
think they really enjoyed
okay,
it.
okay, good.
So why don't we send out, maybe we'll do an email update for Juneteenth stuff, like where things stand and like what we can do with money in the
Trial.
interim, while we are
What are we
waiting
doing with
for,
the money in the interim?
Yeah,
Ryan, do we have a safe in there we can put it in?
Well, this is under the Recreation Commission, correct?
Trial.
Yeah.
Juneteenth, or is Juneteenth separate?
separate.
Okay.
the money will go in their rec fund though,
Oh,
right?
is that what you were?
So I'm saying so my thought would be is if money is coming in now specifically for
Trial.
Juneteenth, I would give that to the fiscal officer and earmark that
Mhm.
into the recreation.
Trial.
fund. That way it's accounted for.
Yeah.
And it's there to be appropriated when we're ready to move forward with it.
Trial.
So, okay. At this point, we can accept cash, money orders, check.
Okay.
They just have to physically come here to hand it over to either the receptionist or
Just
to,
bring it in and give it to
or
the reception.
Try.
To the
Trial.
clerk,
To the-
to Carolyn.
yes.
Okay, and just make it
Carolyn
very
will-
clear, this is the name of this person, and
Carolyn will give them a
Trial.
receipt.
and there's a
she'll
particular
be giving
number
it
that
to
needs
me,
to be
because I
on there.
already collected it, so I
If
can.
you wanna do, okay, that's fine. If
Trial.
you wanna, that's fine too. My holdup is I expect most people to be wanting to pay online. I don't think people are gonna wanna come here and drop off.
Yeah, well, I live here,
cash.
so I don't think.
Trial.
Carol,
So-
okay, Carol.
So that way it gets the money out of your hands and you don't have
Right.
to worry about it.
Right, okay.
So,
Then that can be taken care of now. Now, there's a number though they need to have on that check, right?
No, I'm gonna write very detailed, her.
Trial.
No, I'm gonna make a very detailed list for myself and a receipt.
Okay,
I'll give them a receipt from me that I received, and then, she'll give me a
Trial.
receipt that she received from me. So it's all kind of,
That's fine.
it's all accounted for.
Sounds
So
like
you
there will
said
be
a
multiple.
number.
but there,
Would you like an
there's
account
a,
number?
there's a specific, like a 4-6 digit number.
2171.
Is that what it is?
Trial.
To make sure that that
What is
money
the
gets, goes right.
Two
into-
one seven one.
2171?
Yep.
Okay. I'll
And
tell
that
her to
is
put it in
for-
that account.
That is for the recreation fund. And you can specifically
Trial.
tell her it's for Juneteenth.
Okay, all right, I'll.
but I would make sure that that's on the receipt.
Absolutely,
Yep.
thank you.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay. It is June 14th.
4 to 9.
Trial.
All right. All right, the last three items on here are just,
Trial.
we're leaving them on here under old business, but no new updates yet on rental properties, volunteer, or monthly engagement. Recreation, we will be meeting as soon as this meeting is adjourned. It is informational. It
Trial.
will not be live streamed, but we are just going to be brainstorming. But stay tuned for the official kickoff in May on their next meeting on May 9th.
Trial.
7 p.m. Okay. Anything else for the good of the order? All right, our next community engagement meeting is scheduled for Thursday, May 9th
Trial.
at 6 p.m. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Trial.
Phyllis, do you second?
Yes, I second.
Perfect, all in favor?
Aye.
Perfect, thank you so much.
Okay.
You are clear.